Hello everybody, welcome back to Buzzard-Roost Homestead and Prepping. Going to do a little short video here. I was over at my mom's house. I built her some raised garden beds on legs so she wouldn't have to bend over to work with them. And while I was over there, she asked me if I wanted some. And this something is about between 40 and 50 years old. Whenever I was really young, when we moved out to our home, my parents' home, we dug our own well. My grandpa lived with us at the time. He witched the well. I know there's a controversy over that, but he guessed it within, I think it was 2 or 3 feet. He even knew the direction of the flow. And so we decided, since it wasn't that deep, it was, I think it was 30 feet deep is what and when we got down to it, like I said, he missed it by a couple of feet. I don't remember which way. Hopefully this wind ain't too bad. Anyway, this is something that you will probably want to get if you ever see them. And let's see here. See this right here? It's an auger. It's on 2 6-foot sections of pipe right now. And of course your handle, let me find it. Your handle there, you know what that's for. Anyway, if you find one of these heads, it's very simple. You need some 3/4 inch pipe, some couplers for however deep you want to go, and a T to make your handle. Now, all of us that work with wood all the time, we all know what this is. Well, that takes 3/4 inch pipe. So I've got plenty of 3/4 inch pipe. I'd probably need to get some more couplers if I had to connect them. But the reason I'm saying get these, well, there's actually several reasons. It would be perfect with about a 4-foot section, maybe a 6-foot, depending on how tall you are. Use it to dig latrines in a shift situation. And what I would do with that, yes, it'd be digging them every once in a while. It wouldn't be like a big one that they use for a regular outhouse and stuff. But there's, it's called David the Good, and he's got, a couple of small books. I've got 2 of them. I think one's survival gardening, and the other is composting everything, or anything. I'd have to look. Anyway, he's got something that he calls melon pits. And you can put anything in there, whether it be human waste, animal waste, hot manure, guts, leftovers from critters that kill your chickens. Anyway, you put it down in that hole, and he says dig them 2 to 3 feet deep, and then you put about 6 inches to a foot of dirt on top, if I remember correctly. So it'd be great for that. It's also good for when you're planting trees, because you take that so-called melon pit and plant a tree on top of it. Not only does it hold a lot of moisture, it's got a lot of nutrients. It's, from my understanding, it's very safe. Things like E. coli and stuff cannot go up through the roots, plant roots. That usually, if you hear about an E. coli breakout or something like that, they've actually put raw manure on leafy greens, stuff like that. But when you bury it, just like an outhouse, it takes a lot of the danger out of it, unless it's a flood zone. Now, if it gets flooded, you got a good chance of having some issues. But anyway, I was wanting like I said, this thing, it's probably been, I'd say, closer to 50, if not 50 years. since it's been used or taken apart. So what I done is got me some liquid, some penetrating oil, and a couple of good pipe wrenches, and a cheetah bar. Anyway, I got it apart. Let's see here. Give you a little better look at it. Kind of give you an idea what you're looking for. Like I said, if you see this, now yeah, they've got equipment that hooks on tractors, and they got, you know, gas-powered augers and all that. Well, if it comes down to it, you may not have the fuel or the equipment. Set it back down here. This is your handle part. It's just a simple T, 3/4 inch T with 2 sections of pipe on each side. I remember when we was digging this, we was considering taking my neighbor St. Bernard, hooking a harness onto him, hang some meat in front of him, let him do the digging, but we decided it might not be a good idea. But anyway, if you see something like that auger bit, grab it. It's well worth it. That one there, my dad bought it used, so no telling how old it was whenever we bought it. So grab it if you see it. It's well worth its money. If you're a woodworker, you probably already got pipe clamps, so all you need is a coupler and a T, and you have a way to dig some decent sized holes when you don't have gasoline or the equipment to do it. You can hand do it. Also, another thing, when you're out at Lowe's or Home Depot, a lot of lumber yards, they got what they call cull packs. Now that cull pack there came with 5 sheets of 1/2 inch treated plywood, 2 sheets of 1/2 inch untreated plywood, probably a total running board foot, I would say 20 to 30 foot of 2x12s. It also came with these long boards right here. Those are tongue and grooved, or I think that's what they call it. You think I'd know. Anyway, those are 12 feet long, and I've got a son that just moved into a townhouse. He's got an enclosure, like a front yard, courtyard type deal. It has walls around it and a gate. And he's already asked the owner if he could plant a garden there, which the owner was fine with, because he has to pay someone to come in and, you know, weed eat it and mow it, whatever it needs, you know, maintenance on it. So my son's going to take over the maintenance on it and put him in a garden. Got to build him some raised beds, but those there would be perfect for one side. They're 1x6. You can go 2 high, which would actually almost give you a foot, but that'd be great for your bigger plants like your tomatoes, peppers, stuff like that. And then on the big raised beds, plant your things that grow low to the ground. It gets them up off the ground. But anyway, keep an eye out for that. This cull pack here, like I said, it's got quite a bit of lumber in it. It's got a little bit of concrete board in it, some masonite board, which I don't care for, some 1x4s. Oh, and there's 2 sheets of 1/2 inch plywood. And the reason they culled it is because the edges were damaged. Anyway, all that was 88 bucks. You can't hardly beat that. Matter of fact, I know you can't, unless someone's just giving it to you. Anyway, keep your eye out for that. That'll give you some little extra lumber for other things. The 2x12s, I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. They'd make a nice raised bed too, but just keep your eyes out for it. Always look for garage sales. I don't care much for antique shops, because usually they're way overpriced, because people want to hang them on the wall or, you know, do things like that. So keep your eyes out for garage sales, junk sales, swap meets, stuff like that. You might be able to pick up a good deal. Now this one here, the hand auger, it was a really good deal. It's free, but I've had my hands on it and I've dug quite a bit with it when I was a kid. Anyway, that'll do it for this video. Remember, only dead fish follow the flow of the stream. Don't be a dead fish. See ya.